Hey everyone, I'm your host Hewitt Pagenstecher, and you are now watching the first episode of Cool Portland People. In this series, I'm going to be hanging out with and learning about some of Portland's most creative and innovative professionals and entertainers. In episode 1, I'm going to be playing croquet with local comic and friend Imani Denae, and also hanging out with Johnny Franco and his real brother Dom right here in this studio. Let's get started.
Yes, this is the professional entertainer. Look, I'm in the middle of something. If you want the schedule, just call the number again another time, all right? I'm at Hewitt's. We're recording. Hewitt's.
Pagenmeister.
No.
Pagenstecher.
Pagenstecher. Yes, Hewitt Pagenstecher. Okay. Yeah, I can't spell it. I mean, you figure it out on your own. All right, I gotta go. People are filming us. Is it really Pagenstecher? Welcome all to the Hewitt Pagenstecher channel. It's such a pleasure to be performing to you here tonight. Oh, if you were a tiger, I hang around your den. I'd bother you, darling, until you let me in. I'd bother you, my darling, until you let me in. 'Cause that's how much I love you, baby. That's how much I love you. So do you too. I really do this much better when I have a cigarette in both of my hands, one in each, and just really when the magic comes alive. Oh, if he was a horsefly and I an old gray mare, I'd stand and let.
I feel wealthy. As soon as I grabbed this, I felt like there was an extra zero in my bank account. How do you play croquet?
So basically, first of all, I guess take the ball that matches your mallet color.
Okay.
So you get the black one, I get the red one. And then let's
Okay.
go over here.
How many people can play this game?
A lot. So
Oh, okay.
I've never played it with this few people in my entire life.
Oh, so it's not a two-person game?
Yeah, it's normally like a 5 or 6 person game.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, this is a rough course. You see how it's still rolling in this direction.
Yes.
So we're dealing with a lot of obstacles here, but hopefully that's fun. There's also a thing where you could potentially knock the person's other balls away, and that gets pretty competitive and mean, but we'll get to that later. It's really fun.
Okay, yeah. But
Okay.
we'll get to the mean part later.
Yeah. Well, you guys are killing it out here. You're fucking one of the most recognizable and loved bands and musicians, I find, and I love seeing you guys. I've seen you guys so many times
Hear that?
without even planning on it. You know, I just like will walk into
No, it's terrible,
the Sixth.
isn't it?
I know. I was like,
Walk at any place, and there we are.
yeah.
Great streets here to perform it.
Oh yeah, it's the
Just
best to bust.
Terrific,
Great place to
busking
bust.
scenario. And
Busking City. There's so
and-
many people doing nothing at all.
nothing.
Yeah,
They don't do
just
nothing.
Walking down the street like
Just waiting for some
Waiting for
entertainment
something
to
to
pop
happen.
out of the
Yeah.
gutter or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. One of my favorite times with you guys is when we did that show outside of Zach Shack that you
That
that was
organized.
just
That
great.
was
the
unforgettable.
variety show. I
Yeah.
was so happy to be like a part of that. It
We
was
got to do that again, man.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was good time. I have many plans of doing that, even in the winter. You know, through the rain and all that.
Well, we
but
want to do the bar hop special.
bar hop special. We have many ideas that we need to cover still, but
It was funny because all the other performers on that show, like the roller skater and the juggler, they were like flashing on their roller skates
Yeah.
and their bowling pins, and
Yeah.
I was doing like 5 minutes of comedy, and I was just wearing like a black T-shirt and just had like a beer can, and
Yeah.
people started walking right by me, and I'm like, "Hello, is this thing
that
on?"
was the coolest thing, though. That was the coolest thing for the people who are watching this and have no idea of what we're talking about. This was a sidewalk show that we put together in which we walked from one bar to another, and on the walk to the bar, we would pass these moments, these acts, and there was the 3 or 4 acts, and Hewitt was just standing in the corner like a drunk with a beer can, and then but people didn't know that it was part of the show, so then we just hurdle everybody around you, and you did 5 minutes of
It
comedy.
was like the essence of stand-up.
That was very good.
You're just right there, barely any light, couldn't even see you.
Yeah,
Just hear
no
you.
spotlight, no microphone, but
Yeah.
still great set. I had a friend Maricha who did a show down the street that night, and she was was walking on the sidewalk, and she's like, "Hewitt, what are you doing here, standing all alone with all these people behind you?" I'm like, "I'm gonna perform stand-up comedy," and she's looking at me like I'm crazy. You're like, what are you talking about? You're outside on a sidewalk, and I'm like, no, seriously, this group of people are gonna come here from that like magician over here.
Yeah.
And she's like, I have to stick around for this. it was like a super fun
Yeah.
set and a great crowd. Too,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I can't wait to do that more often, and I feel like it would be a beneficiary for lots of bars too, and lots of avenues here in Portland.
What would you say are some of the benefits of starting in Portland?
I think Portland teaches people to write better. I think that we have some very strong comedic writers in this city. I think you can say anything you want to say. I think that there's an idea in comedy that you can't say what you want to say. You can.
Or
if
maybe
you're
even
funny
more specifically in
and-
Portland comedy.
in Portland comedy specifically. But you can say things you want to say. I think that you also have to be saying something too,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
It has to have some like,
Substance to it,
Substance
some
to it.
meaning behind it,
Yeah.
a reason why you're saying it,
a punchline.
a punch.
It's important.
That is the reason why.
Yep.
We say it for the punchline, for the joke. And it has to be a damn good punchline too. If you're gonna really go say whatever you want to say. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I had a coconut with espresso. Have you ever had that?
I have not.
They sell it at Winco. It's a coconut bottle with
But is it
espresso.
do they mix the coconut with the espressos?
Supposedly, but
After.
it just tastes like chocolate milk. It doesn't taste like espresso or.
Yeah.
So it's like
water.
coconut
It's really bad.
coconut water or with
It's one of those
espresso?
coconut water cans, but it says espresso on it.
Yeah, it's by the way, Dom, it's espresso, not espresso.
No, it's espresso. There's an X.
I think there's
There's-
two S's there.
two S's. No,
No, there's an X. It's
Or maybe
espresso.
four.
Damn. Okay. I should have taken the opportunity to sabotage you.
What are some of the best kind of experiences you've had in comedy that have stuck out the most to this day? Like,
I think like the best experience was like when I performed in Spokane at the Spokane Comedy Club. That one was super fun. It was like my first year in the comedy. Actually, it's my second year into comedy, but I got to do a guest spot for Morgan Murphy, and I told an abortion joke right after Roe v. Wade, and I was told not to, and I did it anyway, and it crushed. It went well, and I had a lot of fun. It was like a good fulfilling moment for myself, because I was like, I could do a club. That was my first club, I think.
yeah, and then also just like doing a joke that people like expressed that they didn't want you to do or said you shouldn't do, and then it like succeeding anyway. Like that's one of the most gratifying experiences in comedy. It's like digging. It's like
Yeah.
similar to like when you dig yourself out of a hole, or like
Exactly.
get the audience on your side when it seems like they shouldn't be. I feel like that's one of the most kind of gratifying things.
Yeah, plus I remember I asked Morgan if I could tell the joke, and she said yes. And so I was like, well, she gave me permission, so I'm going to do it.
Nice.
And all these other comics could shut up. It's her show. So,
Yeah, she's like the only opinion that matters in that scenario.
like, truly. And she told me I could tell an abortion joke. And I was like, cool, thanks.
One of my favorite songs of yours is Cucumber Vodka. And I know you've brought it out to shows, brought it out to, the park and things like that. And I'm curious, like, what is the recipe? What is a good tip of someone who wants to make a great cucumber vodka beverage?
Well, you're gonna need cucumbers.
Okay.
More precisely, we use 9 cucumbers. You slice them up, and then you blend them with vodka. 2 gallons? No, I don't know the
No, I don't know the measurement either. The big
handle,
jug.
you call it
handle.
They call it handle.
Handle.
Is that how you call it, right?
Yeah, like a
Handle.
handle of vodka.
2 handles.
So 2 handles of vodka, 9 cucumbers, and we blend them all together and let them sit for 3 nights, and then you strain them. Then you cut the remaining cucumbers because you only blended 7 cucumbers, and then you cut the remaining 2 cucumbers for aesthetic, and you throw them in thinly sliced into your dispenser.
Nice. So that's a long process. 3 nights. It's like kind of marinating.
We never stop. But we're either marinating or slicing or straining. We're constantly
constantly
making cucumber vodka throughout the summer. Yeah. Oh yeah, and in the end, you're supposed to pour it on people's mouth. That's my favorite part.
In people's
Oh,
mouths.
in, or sometimes
Or on their
it's
face.
on.
Sometimes it's on.
Yeah.
I actually, the last time I was at this park, like, and not doing comedy, I gave myself this tattoo of a butt on my leg.
What?
A
When was
stick and
this?
poke. 2022. Wait, no, 2020. 2020. The year 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, I stick and poked a butt on my leg right there. A little butt.
That's actually pretty impressive that you did that upside down.
I did it upside down and sitting down on a hill right over here. And I remember people probably looked at me like, what the fuck is this girl doing with like gloves on in the park with a whole like needle situation and ink set up. I was like, hopefully no one's staring at me too hard as I'm like,
Do you do any drawing nowadays or any sort of
no,
illustration?
I wish I did. I do art on like Canva and stuff. I like to create little prints for my jokes. It's funny to me to see like little art that kind of has like a different meaning behind it. When you first look at it, you're like, oh, this is a simple thing. But then if you really knew, like at least my comedy, you would know exactly what I meant by the art that I created.
How have you found Portland to be like since you've moved here? How has it been for your kind of career in music? And
Yeah,
performing?
it's everything to us. You know, it's the land of milk and honey.
Yeah.
You know, we're out here doing everything, and then there's so much opportunity for us to grow and change and become, and we're just on the process of it and trying to entertain and give as much as possible to the people here and learn something on the way, or at least stay alive trying.
Ooh, let me not break my kneecap with this.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go over here.
I know, I'm jealous because I'm not good at this.
You gotta catch up. There's a fork in my way.
A plastic fork.
I don't regret touching that at all.
I don't want to be back here anymore. Okay,
It's not
you
easy.
guys are gonna see me angry in this video. I'm gonna rage. Portland, it's the move right now.
Yeah.
But
I'm liking Portland too.
I
When
know
you-
that eventually I would have to leave to go somewhere, but I'm waiting for the call.
That's a good, because I feel like, at some point you could totally get an opportunity to go on like tour with some comic or,
Yeah,
you know.
that's the hope. I mean, I probably shouldn't wait forever, but it would be nice if somebody's like, hey, Money, you want to come on tour with me?
yeah, I need
Like-
an opener.
Hell yeah, I'll be your opener. I feel like I'm in a different position now where I'm like, oh, I'm learning a lot of the skills that I didn't have my first 2 years in comedy. Like I'm learning to host better. I'm learning to produce. I'm learning to do like advertising and marketing stuff for comedy. And that's pushing me to the next step of like whatever comedy is. Like I'm on step 5.
It's a great date night every time you guys do a show.
Yeah. I think we are a pretty good date
Yeah.
because of the romance too, and we keep talking about romance and romance this, romance that, and then of course you I'm sure my friends have benefited of that.
Yeah. I mean, I think my twin brother, my niece was conceived after one of your shows.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's so
fantastic.
cute.
Is that why her name is Johnny Franco?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
I was wondering. I couldn't believe
Oh,
it.
that's sweet.
Knows Grace, but
That's sweet. I'm gonna start telling people that. Actually,
responsible for human beings on this planet.
since we are exposing this whole show here, that's really truly what it is all about with romancing, and talking about romance every single show. It's really about encouraging people to go and do it and produce a whole new generation of fans for the show, because we're going to need them in 10 years.
We'll
when
be doing this forever.
We're going to be doing this for another
We need a new
50, so
batch.
we need a new batch of fans.
Yes,
Come on.
yeah.
Every so
Come on, people.
Create new audience members.
Go and do
all
it,
of us.
yes.
Yeah. Check this out.
Okay. We don't need to brag.
Yo, watch this. Kevin, are you filming this? Are you filming this right now?
Yeah, you might as well get up close and personal. Zoom in as the ball goes through both widgets or whatever the heck they're called.
Hey.
With the
Horsefly.
horsefly. Yeah. Oh, if he was a horsefly and I an old gray mare, I'd stand and let you bite me and never move a hair. I'd stand and let you bite me and I'll never move a hair. 'Cause that's how much I love you, baby. That's how much I love you.
The Queen plays games like, she's dead, but she probably played games like this in her life.